It was one of those things that, I'd been hearing from Dan, the CEO, that, hey, this conversation with Cisco is becoming more intense. And they're looking at ways that they can use this product to really drive growth in what is their fastest growing division, fastest growing, most profitable division of Cisco at the time. UCS still is. And so, okay, that all sounded good. That sounded like real strategic interest. I also heard a lot of you guys getting, flown out to the West Coast. Oh, wow, that sounds exciting. And then nothing. Guys showing up in your office who sound like they're pretty important, and then nothing. And so, as a board member, you kind of get used to these ebbs and flows in strategic interest. And it was nice validation that we knew you were working on something really important that could be valuable to some other partners. And so I was able to sort of turn to my colleagues at RE and say, well, they're paying a lot of attention, but we don't know how this is going to go. And then, they did make a formal indication of interest in the company, and the board and James immediately sort of came together. And we worked, I'll always remember this because I was on vacation with my family on Long Island, and I was in a motel in Long Island, and I didn't go to the beach the whole 3 days I was out there because I was on Whiptail phone calls kind of 6-7 hours a day because we were actually going back and forth with the team trying to perfect the deal and get to an agreement. And it all happened very, very quickly. And then there was a long, long period until October when the deal was totally confidential and not announced in the market, and we were working to get it closed. And getting a deal signed and getting a deal closed were two totally separate things.
Very different.
Because even a small company like Whiptail with a limited operating history, your acquirer wants to look at every contract. They want to understand the terms on which you parted company with every employee. They want a deep, confident understanding of your cap table and that sort of thing. And so you're kind of forced to go back and make sure suddenly that every mess has sort of been cleaned up in the right ways. And so we were doing a lot of that and paid a lot of accountants a lot of money in the end.